Alrighty guys, welcome back. It is Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Making this video a day late. I still feel like shit, pretty sick. And honestly, I was just lazy yesterday. So, but here we are. We are on the charts. This is the trade I took yesterday. My confluence is here. Where so I saw we swept out all this buy side here, including all-time highs at the time, and we had a really nice kind of momentum downwards right after, and I woke up a little bit late on this day, so open was back here. And I think Blake took this 5-minute long right here, which honestly looks pretty nice. I might have taken this myself, but I probably would have lost. Oh no, it would have been fine. That's nothing. That risk, it's really good actually. Yeah, I would have been fine. Probably would have taken that if I was up at open, and it looks like we were bouncing out of a 15-minute there. And there was probably an SMT there, but the draw was obvious, so that would have been a really good trade, but unfortunately I wasn't awake for that. But when I did wake up, this was 10 a.m. open here. Boop. And my bias was bullish on the day. However, I saw we already swept what my target would have been, and I saw we were generating liquidity here. So my thought process was, okay, in order to continue the bullish bias in the buy model that we're in at all-time highs, we need to retrace and sweep sell side, right? You can't just go in a straight line, generally speaking. You need to, especially after taking all-time highs already, this is necessary. We have to come down, whatnot, build structure, build new liquidity, generate liquidity, and then rebalance and then target it, right? So my thought process here was, okay, I marked out some, I think 15-minute lows. Yeah, low right here, boom, and a low down here, right? Well, on ES, let me show you. On ES, we, where the fuck am I? Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is the area in which we generated liquidity, and this low right here, boop, is that low on NQ over here. This low, 6 o'clock. This low, 6 o'clock, right? ES actually ended up sweeping this internal low as well before NQ did, and creating this SMT here, right? And when I was targeting, when I entered off this 3-minute inverse right here, because we had a really nice candle close, and then this happened, and I did wait just a second to see, and I was like, and then I'm glad I didn't enter right away. I mean, the risk would have been fine anyway. It's still like nothing, but still. Anyway, I entered off of this candle here. I think I took it on 1 mini. Pretty sure I took it on 1 mini. But I had stop above this high, and I was targeting both this low for a break even, and then moving my stop loss up, and then these lows down here, right? And I don't know why I didn't just take this win here, but I mean, I do know why, but I should, in hindsight, I should have just taken this target here, or at least like moved my stop loss way up here right as we hit it, and then just hoped we went lower, because I saw this other 15-minute low and also these 3-minute equal lows down here, right? So once I saw these equal lows, I was really, really wanting these, and you can see we did come down eventually and tap those, as well as this 15-minute low. We created an SMT with ES, and then that's where the longs really printed for the day. I saw a lot of people take these longs, which I don't know. I'm fucking retarded. I don't know why I didn't just wait for these longs. Would have been such better of a trade, and the P&L would have eaten. However, I'm retarded, so yeah, here we are. But all that being said, though, I mean, the trade I took wasn't even that bad. The only risk to it was, like, we could have, like, decided to reverse here or here or here or here rather than all the way down here, in which case the longs would have been less probable because we wouldn't have been in such of a discount. So I might not have even wanted to take the longs at that point either. But we had a 3-minute inverse. We were generating liquidity, 3-minute inverse twice, created an order block, which is a red line here. We were below 10 a.m. open, so I used the 10 a.m. open kind of in the opposite way that I have been using it recently, which is like, if I wanted bullish bias, I would want to see 10 a.m. open low, or open wick low and then close higher, which is what we got. But instead of me waiting for the trade of closing it higher, I traded basically the wick going down. That was my thought process here. So I used the 10 a.m. open as another confluence to seek lower, because on the higher time frame, where is that? Is this 10 a.m.? So this candle right here, this is 10 a.m. open. I was basically trading and trusting the fact that 10 a.m. open would have a wick downwards before continuing higher, and I was perfectly right on that. The only problem was there was like, I don't know, maybe too many potential reversal points, and I did get stopped at break even. There was a 30-second re-entry here, but this one's iffy because we just swept stuff. We had an SMT, and we were already kind of bouncing out of some 15-minute PD arrays, or maybe like an hourly down here. Like, there's stuff we were definitely bouncing off of. So price definitely could have just continued straight upward and taken out all this buy side that we just generated, which is why I didn't want to take a re-entry, because I didn't know for sure that we even wanted these lows. But it would have been nice. We had a little resweep up here, tapped into this VPR and the order block, and just kind of plummeted. But yeah, that was my trade. Now I know, though, like, it's so hard. I mean, I think everybody knows that, 1, trading is hard. 2, psychologically, it's hard. And 3, like, you're thinking of all these different things, and you have so much weight behind every button that you press. For me, I'm like, okay, maybe there's the potential that I could get a max P&L day on my eval, right? So I'm like, if that's possible, obviously I would prefer that to just getting half of that. Which half of that isn't anything to complain about, because right here I was up like maybe $600, right? Which is great. I would have been really happy with that. But had I gone all the way to these equal lows, which ended up getting hit, I would have gotten $1,500, which would have been really, really, really good day. And so in my mind, like in the moment, like there's not really any excuse, but my reasoning behind why I didn't even take partials here was because I wanted to maximize the potential of the trade. And what I failed to realize was I should have at least moved my stop loss to here, right? To secure anything, or even down here, like taking out these two lows right here, I should have moved it to at least here as soon as we hit that. And that's where I failed in this trade, is just being quicker on like maximizing the potential of the trade, including moving my stop loss up into profit. But the counter argument to that is, okay, well, there's a chance that we retrace to things internally that we just created, right? So we had a 5 minute here, right? And so you could say like, oh, what if we just retraced here and then you ended up getting stopped out here for profits, but then we just continue to the, and that's kind of why I didn't, because I was hoping that we would bounce out of internal PD arrays and internal structure. Right? And the wicks did the damage here. You know, the typical saying, wicks do the damage, bodies tell the story. And the bodies really did print today. It's just the wicks I mean, it is what it is. Maybe not the most probable trade. Definitely really would have fucking banged on these longs though. But I did lock my account after I locked my account after I took this trade, just because I didn't want to fiend for anything else. But these longs were golden. Look at that. So yeah, that's the trade. Bouncing up off a 15-minute order block. What else? 5 minute, little 5 minute here. Boop. These would have been my confluences had I taken this long. So yeah, it is what it is. I guess you could count this 15 minute as well, because that's what ES was in when it swept. But yeah, overall though, not bad. I think I don't know, I feel like if I just change a couple small things and like actually implement them and stay consistent with the changes to those small things and understand them more and grow with them more, basically just get more experience, I'm gonna be pretty good, pretty set. But we're not there yet, unfortunately, but it's okay. I'm trying to enjoy the journey. As much as I want to be rich and living my dream life right now, it will come. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. That was it for the week. I think we ended the week, I don't even know, let's look. We ended the week, what was the first day of the week? Monday, the 14th, right? Alright, we'll just say the 14th. So we ended up, was that $30? Let's go. Because we bounced down to 850, came back up to 51, 230, 5130, 5147. So we're up like nothing practically, but we're chilling. We're up $30 on the week, guys. But hey, I'll take that over being in the red, so I can't complain. But anyways, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.